Hello, today I'll be reviewing this HEYTRIP large trunk organizer with a built-in leak-proof cooler bag, has adjustable dividers and some tie-down straps. I've had this for about 2 years now, so I'll go over the pros and cons of this as well as any secret tips I've learned during that time. So where I live is kind of out in the country, and so once a week we'll go do a big grocery run. What I found is that during that time, if I have to visit multiple stores, I'll have some food that's colder or needs to be refrigerated. And in the summertime, that becomes an issue with keeping it cold while I go to the multiple stops. And so I got this because it has this nice little cooler section here. And I keep these in case I need to tie things down. So that's a secret tip. If you have any of these hiking, rock climbing carabiners, you can keep that in and you can tie your bags and stuff down. But what'll happen is I'll get my cold stuff, I'll put it in here, and then it will stay cold. I have another secret tip about this that I'll get to later too. Now this other side here, it's basically, it works like an accordion where you can fold it up tight. So if you only need one section, you can. And in fact, you see this little divot here that actually collapses down. So if you're storing this, it's easier with two hands, but you can store it into a really tight space and then just take it out when you need it, right? And you can take out as much as you need. These little dividers here, you can see they have Velcro, so you can adjust where you need it, right, to the size that you need, and then you can just use the containers that you need. So that's really nice about it. What I typically do is I will bring, I'll have like a 1 liter water bottle filled with water. I'll keep it in the freezer, and when I know I'm gonna go do like a big grocery run, or if I'm going to a restaurant and I know I'm gonna have leftovers, I'll take that out of the freezer, I'll put it in here in advance. It'll start cooling this compartment, and then when I get to the store and buy everything, I can put it on top of that. It's pre-chilled, it'll stay cold the whole time I'm in. You can also put ice packs up here if you needed. So this also comes with these little tie-down straps, and it has these little clips here. Honestly, I don't really use these ever. I don't use the tie-down straps ever because it just stays in my car, so I can't speak to how useful that is. But for your situation, I guess it's nice to have in case you need it. Better to have it and not use it than to need it and not have it, I guess, right? There are these little pockets on the side. Again, I don't really use these for anything because I mostly use this for grocery runs. What is really nice though are these handles. It has a handle here, has a very comfortable, kind of like a soft rubber or plastic grip, and it has one on the other side too. So what'll happen is we'll go on road trips, and when we're going to stay in a hotel, we'll put our cold stuff here, we'll put our other like food items here. When we get to our hotel room, we can just grab this on both sides, carry it into the room, and then we have all of our food. So that's really nice. The other side has more of these pockets. These are bigger on this side, right? So these are full width, these are half width. So on this side, they're only this big, each of them. On the other side, it's both of these combined. And then there's more Velcro here if you need to like strap something down or anything like that. There's some additional pockets on the end, so they really went all out with the pockets. These are very handy. They're all leak proof. This is waterproof, so it's not like if you put something wet in here that you're gonna have issues. The only concern there is if you put something wet in there, make sure that you dry it out so you don't get mold or anything like that. There are these little loopies here, which again is another thing that I've never used. And then same on this side, there's this little adjustable bungee thing, so you could put something in here, pull this out. Another feature I don't really use, so I can't speak to its effectiveness. For me, this is really great because I can just keep this in my car at all times, and then when I need it, I have it. So I'm gonna show you a little hack, what I do. Give me 1 second to set it up. Okay, so I've actually moved this now. So this is technically a trunk organizer, but if you have an electric vehicle, because it doesn't have an engine, you get a little a front trunk. And this is where I keep this. So I actually will just keep this in here. I'll keep it there with this one ready to go. So if I have leftovers from a restaurant, or if we're doing a grocery run, I can just throw the cold stuff in here. It's a little bit insulated because they have like the fire shield here. And so that adds some extra insulation. But then what I'll do is, I can have cleaning rags, I can have grocery bags in case I go to a store that charges you if I'm in a state that charges you for bags. I have some handy, so that's always there and ready for me. This is where I leave it all the time, and it's the only use I have for my frunk, which is really nice. I will point out too, this is incredibly sturdy. So when I fully loaded this going to a hotel, and it takes 2 people to carry, I'll grab one side, my wife will grab the other, we'll both carry it, because this thing, I'm pretty sure we've put like 75 pounds of stuff in here, and it can really take it, and there's no real signs of wear other than like hair and dirt and stuff, but that could all be washed off. I guess potentially, depending on the size of your car and how much you have, one con could be that this does take up quite a bit of space, but as I mentioned, right, it has this little accordion design, so you can pretty well pack it up into an almost nothing space. So it's pretty resilient. Cleaning it is something that, again, if you get some liquid in here, you don't want to leave it there, because that can cause mildew, because this will just hold it there. So we did spill something early on one of our road trips. Our daughter spilled it, we didn't know, and there's just like water just sitting in the bottom. So keep in mind that you might need that. So if you have some paper towels or some rags, anything like that, that'll be really useful. And then secret tip is, again, this doesn't need to be just used for a trunk organizer. This could be used for your frunk if you have an electric vehicle, or it can be used for in your house, for a garage, anything like that. So it's very multi-purpose. Anyways, this has been really helpful for me. I use it probably twice a week, once on my grocery run, and then once when I go out to eat and have extra leftovers and stuff like that. And this is pretty well the size of one of those restaurant styrofoam containers, so they fit really well in here. So yeah, if you plan on getting this, like I said, just get like a water bottle or a 1 liter bottle, something like that, fill it with water, put it in your freezer. Anytime you think you're going to need it, just throw it in there. Super convenient. This would be really useful for camping and fishing and stuff like that too. So anyways, I hope this was helpful, and thank you for watching.